Yo, 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 what's up guys? Nice to see you. This is Bebe A72 and this time, in this video, we're going to talk about exactly how to counter the most popular and yet most difficult to deal with synergy/composition hackers. I get this question a lot. Bebe, how in the world are we supposed to deal with hackers, you know? And there's two main methods you can do to deal with it. Alright, number one, you can focus on itemizations. Number two, you can focus on positioning. So there's two main ways, and besides this, there really isn't anything other special. So let me show you guys exactly what I mean by using items to counter and by using like a positioning to counter hackers in general, especially those annoying Nars, LeBlancs, and like Drevens. Okay, so far this is a very normal like a build up for a Spellslinger comp. Let me close this a bit so you guys can see the Nico as well too. So how you counter hackers by using items is very simple. You either give Edge of Night to Twist of Fate, so that's Edge of Night, or you either give Zrots to like Alistar here, right? You do want to give Zrots to a unit that has all the tank items like a Wormoth and a Gargoyles or something, but that's all you have to do. But there is a problem with this like a strategy with Zrots to counter, is that usually if you put Zrots, what's gonna happen is that LeBlanc might hit the Alistar or might not hit that. Wow, because this game is amazing. So like we can't really like expect it to guarantee the counter, but if you go for Edge of Night, it is guaranteed to make sure to lose aggro once, and then once the enemy like a LeBlanc jumps in, so this is going to be the enemy LeBlanc jumping in. It's probably going to jump around here or maybe here, right? So let's say it jumps here. It's going to ult like a Sona. It's going to kill Sona first. She dies. And then after Sona dies, she's going to like a charge like ultimate. The distance between these like a carries and these carries are very similar. So if they didn't move, it's going to hit between like a 1 to 3. But if it hits Twist of Fate first, it's going to attack Twist of Fate, bow, 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 alright? And after it attacks Twist of Fate, it's going to lose aggro and focus on the front line. So you have that much time to like buy enough like a security for a Twist of Fate to take down the enemy composition. So this is using items to counter. You just need to use two, Edge of Night or Zrots. Zrots is riskier, but it also gives you tank value. Edge of Night it's weak against every other composition in the game but hackers, but it does do the job very efficiently. So how you counter by positioning is much more like a different. Let me show you what this means. So what this means is that you want to make sure you put Twist Fate in a location where it won't get hit by LeBlanc. Usually if the hackers like a backside is open, they usually put the hackers in the middle slot so the enemy LeBlanc jumps here. And if you do this, if you move Twist Fate like one step like up and maybe put like something in the middle like this, alright, this does allow LeBlanc to kill Sona and Nico first and then aim after Twist of Fate afterwards, which could also be good. But this is more of a, you know, this is something that you want to do if your enemy has some really strong burst damage. So why do you want to position like this over like, let's say, full clumping? So you can also like full clump, and that this can actually allow your like a composition to be very safe against like a LeBlanc, right? Usually the situation where you don't want a full clump and go for like a half clump is mostly when the enemy has like a Lucian or like a Lulu 3-star. So if the enemy has really good burst damage in the front as a 3-star like a composition, if they have blue buff, if they have maybe a la Jewel Gauntlet, then they're gonna get through the front line fast and kill your back line fast, right? So you're gonna lose against every other composition that has a backline damage carry. So you want to make sure to keep some like a distance between these like a units. So that does allow you to maybe counter position. If the enemy Lulu or Lucian is the right side, they can shoot Viego, Fiora, Alyssa, Annie first. If they're on the left side, then it has to be the opposite way around. So it has to be Nico here, closer to the middle, and Sona at the right like a bottom corner to protect like a Twist of Fate from the aggro from LeBlanc's ultimate. And then we buy a bit more time. This is what happens when Lulu and the Lucian from the enemy side is on the left side. So never forget, you're facing multiple opponents at once in TFT, and you want to make sure to counter position around all three. That's how they design TFT. They want to make sure that players make the optimal positioning for all three. So this is usually what you want to do. So this is when the enemy Lucian and Lulu, other players are at the left side, you put them at the right as such, as a semi positioning. If they're at the right side, then you can like put them in like a particular positioning, so that your like a back line will die first and you can get the extra value. So that's usually what you want to do. There are also other ways to counter the LeBlanc. You can also use an Echo. If you put Echo into the front, Echo can like ult forwards and taunt the LeBlanc towards the direction. That also works. You can also put all the units one step back. Right? So what you do is you put everything one step back and you put your main like a tank in front of your main like a DPS. And what's going to happen is that if the enemy like a LeBlanc kills your like a backline carries first, your front line is much more closer to the back, right? They're one hex closer. So they're actually going to be more likely to be in range of the enemy LeBlanc's like ultimate. But I don't recommend this too much because your main damage carry is exposed against the other like compositions. Usually the best way to counter hackers is number 1, Echo, number 2, Edge of Night, and number 3, Zrots. And there are some positioning patterns that you can use to get the advantage. Hope you guys enjoy.